Well, hello everybody. As you can tell right now, I don't have a Brandy. I don't have a Brandy at all. She couldn't make it today. She had some personal issues she had to take care of and take care of her family. So she's going to do that, and we're going to sit here and we're going to throw some stuff against the wall and see what sticks. So I figured I'd turn on the co-host generating machine, and when I turned it on and what all washed out, guess what I got?
Hey,
I got
everybody.
I got a
Hi.
Donnie. I don't have a Brandy. I
You're
got a
stuck
Donnie
with
now.
me tonight, y'alls. You're stuck with
Yep.
me.
So everybody see in the description there, we've got all our shows in the time frames, and you can hear my voice. Obviously, it's been a little bit of a weekend. We had an investigation, so we were myself, Tex, and Monica and Jason were out there along with Pops. We did a little bit of an investigation out north of here in a private area, and it was quite interesting. I did some fishing, so I was happy. I didn't care. As long as I got some fishing in, I was good. So
And you caught some fish, too.
I caught a good size, about 2 pound bass, 2.5 pound bass, and the rest of them were all little bitty suckers, but they were fun to catch. So anyway, guys, so what do you got going on today, this week, there, Donnie?
Well, I did a live last night with Jason on my
Yeah.
show talking about the Penguin season 1. So
Yep.
if you
And
don't
I
want any
cannot watch it
spoilers,
yet.
don't watch it. But if you've
I
seen
can't
the
watch
show
it yet.
already, yeah. Or if you have no interest in watching it, but you just want to check it out, come check it
Yeah.
out.
There you
Yes,
go.
I am wearing the same shirt today as I was yesterday. Don't judge me, guys. Don't judge me. Just don't
Hey,
judge me.
I'm gonna tell you what. After 2 days out there, I got home and I immediately, number one, I found my bathroom. Number two, I found the shower. I
Well,
was a
there you
happy
go.
man after that, ready to go to sleep, but ended up doing some other stuff too. So, you got things you got to do at the house. Got things you got to do at the house. So, all right, guys, this is going to be a hodgepodge day today. I found one of my old folders that had a whole bunch of stuff that was in it. It said unsorted. I don't even know for sure. I just got the write up on it, and I got the pictures. I don't remember if we did it or not. And even if we did do it, I did it with Brandy. I didn't do it with Donnie. So Donnie can tell me what he thinks about them. How's that?
I'm ready for it.
All right, guys. So here we go. I'm going to throw the first one up there right off the bat. If I can get my stupid freaking computer to work here. All right, this one, I'm going to give you the background on this one first. Make sure I get the right one first. All right. I have to read about it because, like I said, I did all this in the space of a couple hours earlier today. So, all right. During an investigation in a Deering Estates, we captured this apparition of a man watching us. The apparition was captured in at least 2 pictures. We cannot debunk this. Last weekend, we went back to the analysis to analyze the place in daylight, but we're unable to find anything that might have created it, such as a statue or a headstone or something like this. Okay.
This was a
Now,
viewer submission.
yeah, well, it was not a viewer submission. This is one I found out it's been a while back that I found this, but it's Old Deering Estates is where it was at.
Mm.
So this one is the timestamp on it is from August of 2009. So now I bring it up. This is obviously a digital photo, and you can see the ruts and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So they're talking about back here is what I'm betting.
Oh, dang. That's a man, baby.
That's what they think, huh?
Yeah, I can see how it looks, how they would think it looks like a dude.
Yeah. And you zoom in on it, you can't really tell. It doesn't really pixelate bad. So it's decent quality photo. And you can see the ground, I guess, right there. I'm assuming that's the ground further out.
I like the proportions.
Yeah.
Proportions are looking good.
Yeah. Don't look at the orbs, people. Those are probably dust. Okay. Most likely dust. I like the way Granddad just said it. It's content creator borrowed. That's what I like. I like that. I'm gonna remember that
Yeah.
one. So I mean, as you look at it, I mean, you can see a silhouette. You can see a silhouette real easy.
Clear
Is it
head, clear
yeah?
shoulders.
Is it pareidolia? I don't really think so. Maybe there's something back there that's causing a bit of a reflection, but I don't see anything that if it was a tree trunk or something like that, you would think you would see more than just one.
Hmm.
And it's flash photography, so What's your take on it?
What did they think?
What's that?
What did people in the chat think?
Let's see. We have got the reflection off a rock, according to Grandizer. Supposedly, they went back and tried to find something like that, like a statue or something that would have caused it during the day, and couldn't find it. Now, this is once again, we take things at face value, because obviously, if I was to look at it, I would think there's a statue back there or something, or a headstone of some sort. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
At first glance. But you're not in a first of all, you're not in a graveyard. You're on Deering Estates, and it's already got a little bit of a reputation as it is.
What do we know about the property?
Deering Estates is, it's been a while since I've done it, and if I'm not mistaken, I think it's in. Well, I'm gonna want to say North Carolina, but I don't think so. I'll have to look at it again. I imagine I'm saying that because I'm looking at North Alabama right there instead. So that, as you can see out there, we're looking at Knack out there. He says big on the big screen looks like a skeleton standing there, and Denise tends to agree. And on my screen here, I can kind of see that, and I also see what looks like might be a sash or something going across right there, across the chest.
It could be just like a straight up guy.
Yeah, maybe there's somebody in the distance that they don't know about at that time. It could. I mean, would they have a little bit more of a, be a little bit more solid? I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
It's kind of tough to say. It's hard to tell. But just looking at it offhand, I probably would chalk it up to something being out there reflecting, especially being a flash photo.
It's looking good, though. I mean, the proportions are all there.
Yeah. And I'm trying to look on this one. It's hard for me to see on this screen. I'm going to pull it over this way, see if I can see a little bit better. And it doesn't help me. But as I look at it, I want to say I'm seeing something along the lines of a tree line right here, or hedgerow, something along that line. But I can't really tell because of how dark it is. And it looks like it's just too much dust causing these orbs. Yeah, no, I can't really tell for sure if that's what that is. So it's just in the black. There's this one reflecting substance or something. Next, it could be a skinwalker. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know a lot about the skinwalkers either. I try not to touch on those if I can get out of it, because I don't even fully understand where they came from or what they're talking about on it. And I'm with Denise. I'm pretty unsure on this one. I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could debunk it per se.
Could I? Yours like John Cena? No, because we can actually see it.
We can see it. Yeah. So it's not John Cena.
Not John Cena.
I don't know. I mean, with my personal opinion, I think it's probably a reflection of some sort, but I don't know if I could recreate it to the way this looks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'd be tough. I'd need a statue out there or something out there that would actually reflect. So.
And if it was a ghost or a shadow person, you would think it would have the opposite effect, right? It would be darker than normal. It wouldn't be brighter than the background, right?
Well, it depends on how it manifested, how that particular spirit manifested. So,
could be an extraterrestrial.
I've seen them manifest where, the shadow people that we talk about, it's like a complete and utter absence of light. You know what I mean? Whereas you've got others, as they manifest, they become that gray billowing mist. You know. So, being outside, I won't say it's tinfoil. I think it's probably a misidentification, most likely. There's got to be something out there that's causing the reflection, is what I would say. But once again,
can we zoom in a bit again?
Zoom in. See how close I can get. Right.
Yeah, no, that's a ghost. I'm convinced.
You're convinced that's a ghost?
I'm convinced. No, ghost. 100%.
Full body apparition.
Full body apparition. 100%.
Ah, okay.
I'm convinced.
We have converted the Choster. Okay. Yeah, but either way, I can't debunk, and I can't confirm nor deny. How's that?
Yeah.
So And with that, we
If
move to
not
the
a
next.
ghost, then a rake.
Why would you think a rake?
Well, because they're kind of palish and they look like, humanoid, but
Well, is it a gardener or a hoe rake?
definitely not a hoe.
Okay. Garden rake or a broom rake? How's that?
Like the
A leaf
the
rake.
the mysterious kind, the paranormal
Oh,
kind.
oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, anything's
But
possible.
yeah,
It
I
doesn't
mean
look so
that one
natural.
looks good though. I mean, I like I
Yeah,
said, the proportions and everything, the lighting,
yeah. And it's not tampered with. It doesn't look like it all.
doesn't look like it's been tampered with.
Yep.
And that location already has history.
Yes. Deering
Yeah,
Deering runs ghost hunts all the time too, from what I understand.
yeah, I think we caught a live one there, Randy.
Yep. I
Yep.
didn't. They did. And being from 2009, we're talking 16 years ago now, 15 years ago. So,
Yeah.
all righty. So we move to the next one. This ought to be fun. I'm getting to a couple of them that I really and you know how I am about red circles. I hate when people do what red circles, put it on stuff just to try to draw you to what they want you to see. I don't have a whole lot of information on this one
Mm-hmm.
in my write ups. I found it and I brought it out and I was like, okay, what is it? Where is it? And I cannot, to this day, I cannot find anything on it other than this one picture. I don't know when it was taken. I don't know what it's supposed to be of. I don't know if there was anybody tried to debunk anything. I have no earthly idea.
Hmm.
But this is the picture I found, and it was submitted on one of the WordPress uh, ghost picture challenges that they used to do back in the early 2000s and such. So I'm assuming it's
Yeah.
before that. This one's got a little bit more clarity as to what you're looking at. As far as we're looking at, either a freezer or a washing machine down this hallway. That's
Mm-hmm.
down.
Did they really need to
So
put in the red circle? I mean, that's so
I,
unnecessary. It's pretty
I know it.
obvious where to look.
Yeah, you would
God,
think
I hate
so, but
when they do that.
yeah, and it doesn't help anything. It kind of makes you want to
Ah,
think that hey, they staged this because they did that.
right.
It doesn't help anybody. So yeah, this one, I mean, I definitely I see something there, and it looks like it's wearing a shirt, and then it's bare legged. So if that is, let's say, if that's a wash machine, could that be the spirit of the wife or a kid from that area?
Hmm.
Oh, I got one. Aggie says it's a kid running down the hallway. Oop, missed it. Denise says hi before I got to it. There we go. Kid running down the hallway. You think that could be conceivable? I guess it's hard to tell. Like obviously, because when it pixelates this bad, all you get is that mass. But is that hallway ending right there, which is what it looks like?
Could be
They're
a
seeing.
standing vacuum cleaner with a shirt draped over it. Hmm.
Yeah, it could be, but wouldn't it be a little bit more solid, like the washer is, or whatever that is there? First time I saw it, I looked at it. I thought it was a chest freezer. Is what I thought it was. Kind of looks like that to me.
Something tells me it's like an arrangement of stuff that just so happens to look like a kid
You think so?
with the way it's caught and the lighting and
Yeah, and I'm
the
just trying
legs are
to.
weird.
Yeah, they're a little weird. And as I zoom in more, there's the radiator. It looks like a radiator behind everything back there, doesn't it? No,
And you
that's
notice
part of
how
the
the arm kind of lines up exactly with like the edge of the wall.
kind of right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, is it? Did somebody smoke in that area, and that may be a puff of smoke going that way? I mean, how far away it is from the actual size right there. I mean, I think it could be debunked, and I think it could be recreated. But it's got a form. It does have a form. I just don't know.
Hey
Yeah,
there,
and
Pops.
Roger's right.
He's
Yeah.
at the campfire right now.
Tell him to reach over and smack text for me.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Roger's like, it could be someone, moving in just blurred from the motion. I mean, I'm
It could be.
assuming,
Yeah.
I'm just assuming now that this is a security camera because of the way it's set up down the hallway like this. And do those look like pipes above it? Maybe it's in a basement.
That's what I'm thinking.
So
At first, I was
we
thinking
could,
it could be like a chair just stuck in the corner.
yeah, I
The
could see
fact that
that
the
too.
pipes on the left kind of line up exactly where the arms should be makes me think that this was something else that just so happened with the way it was angled looks like an
Yeah,
apparition.
and it kind of blurs it a little bit too.
Yeah.
I could see that. Yeah, because I mean, the only thing that gets me, like I said, is how solid whatever this thing is. I'm assuming, like I said, if we're in a basement, hell, it could be a boiler for all I know, and it's or something, supplying a building
Hmm.
of some sort. But yeah, with it being dark and being this old, obviously this is an older picture. It's tough to tell. So while I won't say tinfoil, I won't say it's paranormal either.
Right. I could see why people would think that it's paranormal, though, just because of the shape and everything.
Well, yeah, I mean, it
But
gives you a
yeah, but
vibe
when
of
I see
something
that,
up there.
I think for me, what did it was that pipe on the left.
This pipe right
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it lines up perfectly. So yeah, it could easily be something, like you said, a vacuum cleaner there or something with something draped over
Hmm.
it. You know. Oh, now I got people calling it aliens. Be quiet
I
over
could
there,
do is
Evan.
like it's an alien. Yep, 100%. It's an
Could be
alien.
worse. Next got the radiation shadow eating Santa's cookies.
Hmm.
Listen, I don't care if it's a radiation shadow. I don't care if it's a daggum a rake, a skinwalker, a Smokey the Bear. I don't care. You do not touch Santa's cookies, okay? Just don't
Only
touch
Santa
Santa's
eats those
cookies.
cookies. Yep.
Yep. Because if Santa don't get his cookies, I don't get my presents. If I don't get my presents, I'm gonna be an unhappy man for an entire year. Okay. So yeah,
Swamp
swamp
gas.
gas. Yeah,
Yep.
I like that, John. Swamp gas. All right. Okay, so we're gonna say the jury's out on this one too, then, because it's. I just don't have enough information, and when I found it, it literally had photo. That's all that was in the
And
description.
and
Photo.
and minus 2 points for that stupid red circle.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Yeah.
that's okay. You know what? If I'm gonna do that, then just for the red circle alone, there we go. Just for the red circle alone.
Man, I hate that red circle. If your picture
Yeah.
was worth its salt, then you shouldn't even need circles.
No, you should never have to do it. Should
Yeah.
never have to do it. That's why the next red circle Sunday, like I said, I go out and I'll find a whole bunch of them, and we'll have some fun with them again. But neither here nor there on that one. So yeah, so that one was weird. I mean, the next one, I think me and her did, but we had no once again, absolutely no write up on it at all. I don't even remember where I got it from. Like I said, I found all this in an unsorted folder, so I've been
Hmm.
downloading them for a while. And this one, it's kind of cool, but once again, we're talking a red circle. So, I mean,
Here we go with the red circles again.
exactly. I mean, it really, we got two people over here already. I mean,
Okay.
if I didn't have that red circle there, I don't know if I would really be drawn to that up there.
At least, actually, you know what? In this particular context, the red circle would make sense because it would tell us where to look. The other one, the
Yeah,
red circle, was just completely unnecessary.
yeah, it's right in
But
the
yeah,
middle.
let's
I
let's
mean,
uh let's zoom in. Let's see what's going
okay,
on up there.
see what we got up
What's
here.
what's the situation?
All right. So as we go up, like I said, I have no information. I don't know, but this one looks like they're trying to say that this is not supposed to be there. That person up there is not supposed to be there. And quite frankly, you see where
Hmm.
it blurs out here on the cabinetry behind it, the window and the sill and stuff behind it. It
Yeah.
blurs out and then just disappears. So it is somewhat solid.
Hmm.
And I don't know if this is England, judging from what I'm seeing. I'm hoping, judging from what I see over here with these ladies, I'm hoping it looks like it might be England where they're at. Might be in Britain.
We don't know the
And
exact hotel.
I don't know anything. I have absolutely no. Wait, let's see if I can find something over here. What does that say? I can't really tell. But there's computers in there. You can see the monitors. So it's got to be a business center. Yeah, Granddad's right. Granddad, you're right. It probably was a cheaper camera, but somebody stood in this doorway here or looking into this hotel in this area, in this foyer area, and took this picture for some reason. And Aggie's in UK, so she says she doubts it's UK. But if I zoom in up here and look, I almost look like it looks like a suit of armor, almost. With the shoulder right there.
I don't know if they would have that suit of armor like right there at the top of the staircase.
You would think not. That'd be
Yeah.
scary if it fell. So
It definitely does look like a person standing up there. What I'm wondering is, what if it's not? What if it's just a regular person though? Like,
yeah,
if you look
I
at
can't tell.
the image quality of that versus the two ladies at the desk, does
Yeah,
it look all
this
that
side over
different?
here. Well,
See
they got more
that
light
one
on
they
them,
have like
obviously.
all the lights near them, right? So if you
Yeah.
take that same image quality minus the lights, that could literally just be another guest.
Exactly. Because I mean, I don't think that this is enough to say it's phasing in or phasing out. I think it's too solid here,
Yeah.
and I think you're right. I think it's just it's a complete and utter. You can't even call this a misidentification though, because this guy, person, whoever took it, purposely shot that photo that way for whatever reason.
And the staircase is the center of the picture, meaning
Exactly.
that's the intended target.
Yep. So I'm saying that was I think they staged that one.
Or it was literally just like a guest walking down the stairs, and they
Yeah,
just happened
it
to
could
like
have
just
been,
catch it and be like, "Ooh, look at how blurry this is."
Yeah, but wow.
But
Why would they want to
the
take a
two
picture
ladies
of it
on the
like
left
that?
are all blurry, and they're clearly just regular humans. Even with the better lighting, they still look blurry. So when that person on the staircase is in the darker portion of the area, yeah, it's going to look like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not convinced that that's just not a regular guest walking down a stairway.
Yeah, and it could be, but like I said, this dude is taking this picture. Why would you take this panoramic of this entire area right here? Wouldn't you want, if you were a guest or a tourist or whatever, wouldn't you want to be able to see the fixtures and such better than just this one panorama?
Unless that was like a still from a security camera. I could see a security camera being situated there.
Yeah, I guess so, but it just too many things are wrong about it. You know what I mean? It looks staged. It just to me it looks staged. It just looks staged, and that's just the gut thing. And no, we're not talking about cheaters, granddads. I used to stay up and watch that dang show. Golly.
I used to love that show.
That was until the guy got knifed. I mean,
I love watching people's souls get crushed. It is so entertaining for me.
Yeah, he would never do that to me. Okay, whatever.
Yeah,
she would never do that to me. Okay, whatever.
I love it.
It's funny though. All right, so we're gonna pull this.
I love watching people ruin their own lives for my entertainment.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I won't say all that, but I will chuckle along with it. How's that? Okay, this one is a little bit different. I got a little bit of a write up on this one. This guy, this guy says that him and his wife were visiting Monet's garden in Giverny in 2002. And it's true tourists, of course, they want to take pictures along. There's a bridge that goes over Lily Pond. He's trying to get pictures of his wife on it and stuff. So after waiting for the bridge to kind of clear to get less people on it, he took two photos, one with the conventional camera and one with the digital camera. A few seconds apart to get as many people off of it as you can. The second one on the processing of the picture, the second one they're saying a woman appears. Okay. Now they both are convinced that nobody but his wife was on the actual bridge at the time that one was taken. Now, Here's the first one. This is the digital, if I'm not mistaken. Here,
Okay.
this is a digital one, and you can see there's people behind her and stuff, and he's trying to take it and get it with them off. So
Okay.
as I'm looking at it, I mean, and you're going to see the difference between the two pictures. So the film versus the digital, and when it flips over to the next one, now you see those robust colors now coming out more.
Right.
This is film. They seem to think that nobody is there with her. I honestly really believe somebody walked up behind her and she didn't know it.
And then what happens to the other two people who were there in the previous one? They just
They've
left.
already moved off. They've already moved off. He waited for them to get off to take the second picture.
Can we zoom in closer?
Yep. Does she seem
Dude,
any
that
way
could be a
different?
reflection from that could be like an aspect of the tree though.
You think so? Because the tree isn't in the first one at all.
Let me see the first one again.
See?
Oh wait, there is no
Now
tree.
remember, this is digital here though.
Well, there
But
is
there's
kind of
really
a
no
tree,
tree
yeah.
there. It's got a little drape, but it's part of this hanging whatever this is that they've got here on this little rope. And then when you look at the second one, you can see it a little even easier, even better. See the rope tied off to something down here. But that's no tree and no leaves, obviously. Now, once again, I'm going off of what they say. Nobody was there. I'm with Denise. I think it looks like a real person. I think somebody walked up and then realized, oh crap, I just photobombed them. Well before photobomb was thought of. So
That could be the case. It could just be a regular person.
yeah, I think it's what it is because you look at her pixelation and her white reflecting and such, and look at her. There's no real difference between her arm and this arm. They look both
No.
as
They
tangible
just look like
as
two people just standing there together.
exactly. I really don't think. I mean, I can understand why they want to grasp at it, but I really believe that's a person just happened to walk up on because the shadows over her of the actual leaves where they're out here, So
we need to get more information from the person who actually took the photo. Like,
yeah,
how much time was in between? If he
yep.
was certain, like, it would be different if we actually knew the guy who was taking it and we
Oh
actually
yeah,
got
and
his
that's
side
the
of
way
the
with
story.
all of these though. If
Yeah.
I knew everybody that did these things instead of just going out and finding the stuff that was thrown out on the internet, because I couldn't remember like I said, I couldn't remember if me and Brandy had done this one or not, because I'm pretty sure we wouldn't have spent a whole lot of time on it because that just it's a person. I mean, her arm's down here, her hand's
Grandizer
down here.
syncing, or what do they call that when a pic overlaps with
Oh
another?
yeah,
That shows
the like
double
almost like
exposure.
double exposure type thing, or an overlay.
Yeah.
But I don't think he was. This is a tourist. I mean, I don't think he's really into overlaying per se, and I don't think he had
I don't think it's a
the
double exposure. Just the way that
no.
the railing on the bridge kind of interacts with the two figures.
Yeah, and you can see the shadow of the railing on this lady
Yeah.
right here too.
Yeah.
So I just think somebody walked up and then realized she walked into a picture without knowing it and kind of tried to get away. She probably got away before the lady actually realized she was there.
Yeah.
And he's 60. It did say he's 64 at that time, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see if I can find it here real quick. He was, yeah, he's a skeptical 64-year-old, but cannot think of a non-paranormal explanation. I sure as heck can, because literally there's a lady that walked up. She got out of the way before you even probably dropped your camera completely down and looked at it to make sure you had the shot and was gone. She went down the other path to get, make sure she was out of y'all's way.
Yeah, we would need to know the actual context of, or we would need to hear the point of view of the guy who took it. A lot of these photos, like, we could look at these and not be convinced, but if we actually knew the people, like if we knew the people who took them and heard their side of the story and the circumstances behind the photo itself, it might lead to a very different conclusion. So,
well, yeah, and that's why we talk about it all the time on here.
Yeah.
The stuff that she gets, she knows what she's bringing. I know what I'm bringing when I bring it up.
Yeah.
And when we do it, we knowing and believing what you actually have lends credibility to it a lot of times. I mean, just not listen to somebody say, "Oh, I caught this picture and it's got this in it." Well, no, it really doesn't. I don't think so. But if I knew the guy and knew how trustworthy, and I hate to say it like that, it's just it all becomes back to a matter of trust. It really does.
Hmm.
All right. So yeah, I'm gonna say that's a definitely somebody walked up on him because I mean it's full body. It's this lady's in a
Yeah.
sundress, so and a sun hat.
That's a maybe for me, depending on like if I were to ever talk to the guy.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. That one you would have to go to England though. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm with you on it. I mean, it could be, or correction, I think that's actually Ireland if I'm not mistaken. So, but that was one that kind of caught me a little off guard with it. Now the lady there, obviously she didn't react to her, but if the lady didn't physically come all the way onto the bridge, but she had to have gotten somewhere close to get that shadow
Hmm.
of the actual guardrail of the handrail. So, but okay, we'll leave that one as a don't know. This next one, I think we did this one too. This is this girl and her boyfriend were in the Gaudi Cathedral in Barcelona, and they took a lift up to the top floor and made their way to the winding stairs. Shortly before reaching the bottom, she took a photo. But the figure that was in it looks like, she said, it looks like a monk. In the background was not in the picture when she took it. When she took the picture of the actual area that's blocked off in the actual cathedral around where the clock workings are.
Yeah.
She's saying that it was there was no one there when she took it, and then when you got this little look. Let's put it that way. It's a look. You can tell she's going through the bars, and you're not going to get back there.
What am I looking at?
Okay, what do you see there? First of all,
Just window
bars.
bars, a shadow, what looks like a hallway.
Okay,
All
what
right.
about right here?
That's the back of a monk. Is
That's
that
what
what
they're
she's claiming?
wanting. That's what they're thinking. I can kind of see it,
I could kind
but
of see it.
remember this area is blocked off. Okay,
Yeah.
you just can't go back there. This is inner workings of the actual clock area and such of the cathedral.
So there's no way a person could be back there.
The way I understand it, unless they're working on the mechanisms, no.
Hmm. And it does
They
look like there are two contact points where the feet are touch the
yeah,
floor, but it's kind
there's
of blocked off. Yeah.
yeah, it's behind here. It's hard to see. I mean, and I could see what you might consider a monk, but
I
we're
could kind
talking
of see
about
it. Yeah.
cathedral. What once again we're at a point where I don't know, but now you look closer, you can see through him,
Yeah, you can.
unless
Hmm.
he's on the other side of this and I can't sell it, but I don't think he is.
I don't think so.
I think he opaques this one, this crossbar down here, or pipe, or whatever that is. And I think this kind of goes into him, this one up here. Yeah, and Nemo's right there. I mean, he's right 100%. Most monks don't pull up that cowl unless they're outside. Much like in the military, you put your cover on when you go outside. You always have the hat on. Got to
Yeah.
have your cover. On these praying, could it be? It's hard for me to tell at this angle, obviously, because I don't know how big we're talking. Um, but it does look like they're trying to look out that window. Could it be that, or could it be a nun with a habit? I mean, we're talking about a cathedral, right?
Yeah.
I think, yeah. What do you think? I mean, honestly,
I like this one better than the other ones. The bridge was just, it looked too much just like a regular person. This one
Yeah.
looks like it could be something.
Yeah.
Um, hmm.
But it could also be I hate to say more like an overlay. I shouldn't say a double exposure, more like an
Well,
overlay.
well, here's the thing though. The reason why I'm inclined to not think that is okay. So you see the crossbar kind of going through. You could
Disappear.
almost see it through it, right?
Yeah.
But the archway completely cuts it off exactly, right?
Yeah.
If it was a
It's like
double
it's behind it.
exposure, it wouldn't match up like it wouldn't line up
No.
like that.
And even with an overlay portion of it, there would be something. This would not be as crisp. You're right.
Yeah.
There would be an overlap of some sort, but there's not. It looks like it's behind it. It really looks like it's behind it. So, yeah, I can't. All I could ever say on this one was that looks like a good catch to me.
That one looks good.
Cool Hand's got it. It literally looks like a good catch. So I did want to go with this one with before, and I think I put it in the unsorted because I wanted to get more research on it. And of course, today having to throw it all together fast, I was like,
Do we have any information on what cathedral this is?
yeah, it's in Barcelona. It is. Come on, come up. Gaudi's Cathedral in Barcelona, and it was taken on the 9th of September, Saturday, 9th of August, sorry, 2008.
Hmm.
And they went all the way to the top, and after they went through the spiral staircase, which when you take the lifts up to the top, you're going into the bell house, the tower and such.
Yeah.
So this is all that inner working. That's what all this stuff is just none of that inner working for the clock and stuff. So there's nobody there especially during a tour, that's going to have access to that area.
Hmm.
It's it's one of the better ones we've got that I've been able to find. That's why I grabbed it, but like I said, we ended up doing something, and I don't ever get it on here, and this is a good time to get the ones I can't get on normally. So
Yeah.
but yeah, and I didn't even notice it before. I just kind of shrugged it off, but then zooming in, you can see the bars are coming through her or him or whatever it is. It's like he's past this one, but this one, it's like going right through him
But then the archway completely blocks it off.
and completely cuts him off right there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that looks good to me.
yeah, that looks like a good catch. I think that's a good catch. Hooray for Spain!
Yesterday you were catching fish. Now today we're catching ghosts.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about the catching part. We're looking at maybe.
Yeah.
All right. This is one of the ones that I had it in there, and I'm like, do I put it up? Do I not put it up? Do I put it up? Do I not put it up? Do I put it up? Do I not put it up? And it's always been one of those. I just don't know if I should, but this one, and I'm gonna zoom it up. No need for a red circle again,
What am I
But
looking at here?
this one, this person lived in Pittsfield, Massachusetts, Berkshire County. For several
Okay.
years, they've been searching for Captain William Kidd's cache. Took a photo at 12 at night of a cave entrance in the complete darkness, obviously with flash.
Mm-hmm.
First picture showed an orb. Second showed this image. I wish I could have found the orb one so I could have seen it too, but I didn't find it anywhere when I looked for it. My camera stopped functioning after this photo, and I needed to buy a new one. It appears to be a head or something of a headless man.
Oh, the face there. It looks like
Yeah,
sort of like a face.
yeah. Now this is a cave entrance. Now, mind you. So
You're talking about.
I'm assuming they're meaning mainly this right here.
Wait, can we
But I
zoom in
mean,
further on the black area? Maybe he was talking about.
right
Maybe
in
there was
here,
something. Yeah, maybe there was something in there.
I don't see anything. None that stands out.
Hmm.
I know this is what he's thinking about. Now, the way he described it, though, I mean, what was it? See, the picture. This one shows my camera stop function. and it appears to be a head, or it appears to be a headless man. I can see like a mist. You're going into pareidolia, when you talk about
Yeah.
making this into a head or a face or whatever the case might be. Now, how big is this opening? I mean, I know it's an open to a cave, but how big is this opening really? How big am I talking about?
I'm thinking pareidolia.
Yeah, I think it's a pareidolia. There's some sort of miss there when he took the picture, the flash, because he said he was in complete darkness till he took the pictures. So
Hmm.
now, the only thing that made me think twice about it was the fact that all of a sudden, after taking this picture, the one before it, and this picture, his camera completely stopped, and he had to go get he had to buy a new camera after this bit.
Hmm.
So you tell me Captain Kidd came out and destroyed your camera so you wouldn't find his cash? It's a good folklore tale.
Can we zoom in again on that face?
Yep, coming into it.
Yeah, man, that could be anything.
Yeah, and I'm thinking a mist of some sort, water
It could be
vapor,
a mist, yeah, and
fog,
maybe it is a
going in the
pirate.
picture. And it could be, yeah. I mean, I
Yeah,
can't say yes or no. I mean, but I wouldn't consider this as being a face. I would consider the entire mist maybe being something trying to become an apparition or to, show itself. Maybe,
hmm.
but it's just, I think it's too misty. I think it's too misty to even think about on it. I wish I could say more, but without knowing the size of the actual cave entrance and such, I don't know how big that is. It looks like a crawl space to me.
Yeah. There's no context for any size comparison. I don't even know
Yeah.
how big of a hole that is.
Yeah. So I can only hope that he meant that saying, "Hey, this little hole that I've got that's the entrance to a cave, that's where I saw it."
Yeah,
I don't know. I just don't know because next time I'm in Pittsfield, maybe I'll check it out. But
that
I
face
don't
looks
know.
too like not human like.
Yeah,
I'm thinking pareidolia.
yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking too. All right, so we'll go with that. So, and I'm having to stretch stuff out today because it's like one of these weird ones. We're gonna look now at an iconic one,
Oh
just for
right.
just for the fun of it, because I know everybody out there has seen this photo. And I normally don't like to do these, but this one has been around for I don't know how many years. My dad and mother even showed me this picture when I was a kid in the early 80s
Oh.
because it was in Parade magazine at that time. And we got it with the Sunday paper. They're like, "Oh, look at this."
Hmm. I'm not sure
Okay.
if I've ever seen this one before.
You've never seen this one?
I don't think so.
Oh, wow. Okay. How many people out there have seen this one? This is as you're looking at it, it looks like I'll just say it. It looks like an angel or a heavenly being coming down. Now this, I'll give you the background of it here in just a second. But that's basically, I mean, it looks like an angelic being is what it looks like, with a maybe not with the wings, but here's the thing though. It was taken by a 14-year-old, and he pointed it into the sky and took this picture. Now
There's a
here's
picture
the
of the
back.
sky.
Yeah, these are clouds right here.
Oh,
These are clouds. That's cloud, and then this is
wait.
essentially
Can
coming
we
out.
can you zoom in on that again? I didn't know he was painting it. He was shooting it at the sky.
Yeah. So what it is, the
Oh,
picture was taken on September 8th, 1973. I saw it at my mother-in-law's house several years ago. She explained that her 1.5-year-old niece had just died, and they were all gathered at their parents' place, the grandparents' home, where they'd been taking pictures of family and such like that for the, obviously wake or funeral or reception or whatever the case might be. Um, and there was only one picture left on the roll, and she handed the camera to the lady's husband, who was then 14. Told him to take the last shot. He just pointed at the sky, and when the pictures came back, this was what was developed. Now they're trying to tell you what you see. I want to know what everybody else sees. Obviously, it's pretty easy to see, but are we talking pareidolia on this? Because that's a word that really they didn't talk about this back then. Oh, see, and there's some people that haven't seen this before. It looks like Cool Hand, and
Hmm.
he ain't seen it before. So
So this is pointing straight up at the sky and is looking at clouds.
yes, he just pointed it to the sky, took the picture to get it off, get the roll finished.
Wow.
So, and obviously, this is a picture of an actual, an actual photograph, an actual tangible picture. I'm guessing this is probably fold marks and such like that. It's been beat up over time. So,
Yeah.
but what's your take on it? What do you see?
I think it's Jesus.
You
It's
think it's Jesus?
Jesus. It's Jesus. Look at those robes. To zoom in, he's got like a clear. No cloud. The clouds don't look that spot on. I mean, there's pareidolia, yes, but
Yeah,
given the circumstances that they were mourning the death of a dearly departed loved one person
yeah,
just happens to look up at the sky and sees Jesus looking down on them, and its face just happens to be obscured. Yeah, that's
yeah.
Jesus.
You think so, huh? Well, and don't get me wrong, I agree
It's
with
my
you.
Jesus.
To a certain, I wouldn't say that, but
Yeah.
angelic being of some sort. I
I bet
mean,
you there were people who were like, "That's Jesus. That's Jesus."
oh well, I mean the write up. Well, I'll give you the write up right here. Still, what it said. I didn't say anything else about it, but he just pointed at the sky, and the picture was developed this way. You can clearly see a man in a robe with a belted waist. See his hands barely make out what the face is, which appears to have a beard. This was the day the baby died. The one
Hmm.
and a half year old, the exact day. I would like your take on the picture, is what they asked. I'm looking at it, and some people are saying Jesus. I've seen a lot of people say Jesus. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, and this is all faith based on this. This is just straight out faith based on this. I see the angel of death coming and taking that child up. It's
Hmm.
coming to take the child's soul home.
Man, that's way more impressive than a UFO.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that's a UAP right there. It's not a UFO.
Yeah.
Granddad, the spirit in the sky. We're gonna start singing that in a minute if you keep bringing that up.
Yeah. Why would a cloud have that?
Yeah,
Yeah. No, that's a dude in a robe.
yeah, I think so. I mean,
Yeah, that
it's just
Jesus.
too
Yeah.
it's too pronounced. And at that time, of course, you're talking about a 14-year-old kid at a a family event because of a death.
Mm-hmm.
He who's going to fake that kind of stuff? Now, could it? Don't get me wrong. Could it be a cloud formation? Yes, it very well could, and it more than likely really is. But there's an old saying. I don't know how many people have seen the movie Secondhand Lines out there. There's a saying in that movie from Uncle Hub looks at the kid and says, "Just because something ain't true, don't mean you can't believe in it."
Mm-hmm.
So it's all about belief and faith for people like that. And they see something like this, it just
Yeah.
reaffirms their faith. It reaffirms their faith to them. So
I've got a saying, Randy. Do you know what that saying is?
I'm
If it
afraid.
looks like a Jesus, if it walks like a Jesus, and it talks like a Jesus, it's a Jesus.
Is it a white Jesus or a black Jesus?
Well, you can't tell because his face is obscured.
Or is it a Middle Eastern Jesus?
It's hard to tell. I mean, he could be Chinese.
It could be. I bet he could take any
Yeah.
form he wanted to, right?
Chinese flying Jesuses.
Granddad's is, and a tough to smoke. Now that did come across my mind because in '73 everybody smoked. Everybody smoked.
Yeah.
Do I honestly think that probably is what this is? Well, if he's pointing to the sky,
And if
Grandpa
you
made
saw
it.
Jesus in the sky, you wouldn't be blowing your secondhand smoke at him. That's just rude.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's rude, guys. Come on, guys.
That's Jesus Grandizer, not Jesus. All right. Yeah, cool. And I'm kind of with you. I've never been able to see any other cloud formation that gave this level of definition either. It there's something, how to put it. There's something different about this picture than any other quote unquote angelic pictures I've seen out there and that I've looked for, and just since doing the show alone, this
Yeah.
one still stands on its own.
Right.
Kind of like Patterson Gimlin. This is like, up there in this realm. You know what I mean? So I look at it. I think it's a good catch. I think, but once again, I think it's more of a faith based thing, whereas maybe they caught something, maybe they didn't, but because of how they caught it and where they caught it, it lends more credence to it being an angelic being or Jesus, if you want to call it like that.
Yeah.
So that's just personal opinion then. So, but you can't debunk it because we're looking at the sky. You can't debunk it. You can't recreate it. And it's 1973 and it's on film. It's not on digits. It's on film. Okay, Nemo. It seems something would be was that filled in the dark area. Well, if he's taking a black and white photo and it's looking at blue sky and this is the actual just the cloud
That's
area,
how it will look. Yeah.
that would have a look right there. It'd be black. So, but I mean, any other opinions out there? Honestly, I just I've never seen clouds. I'm a cool hand on that. Tuff of smoke is a possibility, but you would think it would not be at they look like the same distance as the clouds. So, and that's provided everything that's written down is true as
Hold
well.
on, Brandy. I'll be right back. I just got to grab something.
Oh, he broke it. So, like I said, you guys like I said, I can't debunk it and I can't prove it. Once again, we're talking faith based here. If you have that faith and you see what you see, then more power to you. Honestly, I can't debunk it one way or the other. So, and John's right. It might be a little bit too defined for Tough to Smoke. If I was going to think of Tough to Smoke, I'd think about this area toward the rear of the actual the image, the apparition, being, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, my only issue with this is too much resemblance of figurines that in the mid-century, figurines that depicted angelic beings or biblical persons and stuff like that, where maybe it's just like, okay, I'm doing this kind of it's almost like it's too good, you know what I mean? I hate to say it like that because I don't want it to be like that, but there are figurines out there, and
Some people have been, reported like Jesus sightings and stuff like that. Like the story of like people finding
yeah.
Jesus under toast and
Oh yeah, now that's a
yeah.
totally different animal on that one. That's National Enquirer level over there.
Well,
We're on
okay,
We're in Prey
Randy. The
magazine.
reason why I ran off for a second is because
Yeah.
I just loaded a photo
Okay.
that I think could be a Jesus sighting. I want to get your opinion. Is this
Do I need to put the
pareidolia?
meme of the week thing up for it?
No, no, no. I'll just
I'm
load it in the
hang
overlays.
on.
Don't worry.
I'm
Don't
gonna
worry. I got it.
drop this one back, and you get it.
I mean, dude,
Lord have
it
mercy.
looks like he makes an appearance. I mean, what do you think?
You did your dog wrong. Here, we'll fix that right now. Let's
I mean,
see
could that
here.
be sighting?
No, it could not.
No, I mean, look.
No, nope, 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 nope. Nobody wants to look at your dog's butt. All right. God, I should have known better. I should have known better. So, ladies and gentlemen, that takes us to 55 minutes, which is, more than I expected to actually get out of all this actually today, the way I pulled it all together. But hey, if you guys have any Jesus sightings out there, if you have any abnormal photos, you know where the email's at, truthortinfoil@gmail.com. Shoot them to me. Let me look at them, and I will, if nothing else, I'll put them in the community for everybody to look at, and they can let you know what they think. How's that sound?
Man, all
So
these people in the chat are accusing me of blasphemy now. What? I'm not blasphemous.
yeah, yeah. Trust me, yes, he is. Don't worry about him. He's not being blasphemous to the Church of Dogman though. So that is Dogman.
Yeah.
So all right, guys, it's good. We had fun anyway today. So y'all have a blast for the rest of the week. We will see you for sure on Wednesday night. We're doing the Smurl haunting, I think, on Wednesday night, if I'm not mistaken. Which
Oh yeah. Yeah, we are.
that's mine. So
It's gonna be a
and
good
that's
one.
going to be. I'm gonna tell you what. Now, more I read into this, I'm like, did they do it or did they not do it? But we'll find out. We'll see what happens. So, all right, guys, we'll see y'all next week. And on Wednesday, come see us. We're on the Blondes and Booze for Paranormal Show and Tell. Y'all have fun, and we are out.
Toodles.
If I can get it right.